Hello, reception. Here's our new story of the week. Now, remember, our topic this half term is terrific tales. So that's lots of stories where people use their imaginations to think of amazing stories. So I've picked this one because the little boy in it has a great imagination, and it's called How to Catch a Star. And it's written, so the author is Oliver Jeffers, and he did the pictures too. He does lots of books, so you could go to the library and look for them. So it's How to Catch a Star. Once there was a boy, and the boy loved stars very much. Every night the boy watched the stars from his window and wished he had one of his very own. He dreamed how this star might be his friend. They would play hide and go seek and take long walks together. The boy decided he would try to catch a star. He thought that getting up early in the morning would be best, because then the star would be tired from being up in the sky all night. I can see him setting his alarm clock. So the next day he set out at sunrise, but he could not see a star anywhere. He sat down and waited for one to appear. He waited and he waited and ate lunch. So that tells us if he's eating his lunch, he must have waited all morning. And waited, and after dinner he waited some more. How long do you think he's been waiting now? Finally, just before the sun was about to go away, he saw a star. So it's sunset, the sun's gone down. The boy tried to jump up and grab it, but he could not jump high enough. So very carefully, he climbed to the top of the tallest tree he could find. But the star was still way out of reach. He thought he might lasso the star with the lifebelt from his father's boat, but it was much too heavy for him to carry. Oh, remember we had a lasso in our Superstar story? So these are what you use to save somebody who's in the water. You need them on boats. He thought he could fly up in his spaceship and just grab the star. But his spaceship had run out of petrol last Tuesday when he flew to the moon. Perhaps he could get a seagull to help him fly up into the sky to reach his star. But the only seagull he could find didn't want to help at all. I think he's trying to show his top to say, "Seagull, look, you could get hold of my top and lift me up." But the seagull's not wanting to help. The boy thought he would never catch a star. Just then he noticed something floating in the water. It was the prettiest star he had ever seen. Just a baby star. It must have fallen from the sky. He tried to fish the star out with his hands, but he couldn't reach it. Then he had an idea. The star might wash up on the shore. He ran back along the jetty to the beach. This is a jetty. It's made from wood and it sticks out into the water, the sea often, or a lake, so that people can get into boats or get into the water. So he's run back along the jetty. Then he waited and walked and watched and waited. Shooting star. And sure enough, the star washed up on the bright golden sand. The boy had caught a star of his very own. And I love this picture at the end. Look, it's the boy reading the book. Look at the cover, reading the book we've just read. And this little bit here is good. This is a picture of Oliver Jeffers, the author, when he was a little boy. And it tells us he started creating children's books because people wouldn't believe him. So he pretended he was telling stories. And it says when he was little, he used to like telling stories and he liked words. And let's see, he likes plastic food, wheels, suitcase handles, Elvis, and polar bears. So that's How to Catch a Star by Oliver Jeffers.